Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Lydia. Welcome to my channel. I just want to sit down with you guys real quick and tell a story that has been on my mind lately for some reason. I did a poll on Twitter and I asked you guys if you wanted me to start telling you my Tinder experiences, and you guys voted yes, so this is the first one that I'm going to tell you. I am a little nervous, but I'm also excited. I haven't planned what I'm going to say. I haven't written a little script or anything like that. I'm just telling this off of my memory. If my storytelling skills aren't the best, I'm sorry. I probably should have prepared more, but I'm really impulsive and I just wanted to put this out here. So today I'm going to tell you guys a story about when I met this Instagram famous, I don't know, Instagram influencer, whatever you want to call him, guy off of Tinder. And I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to try to give out details that will help you guys find out who he was, because I'm not trying to expose him. This isn't an exposing video. And I also feel like I need to start off by saying I don't use Tinder anymore. There are so many catfishes of me and I just can't have one anymore. So personally, I wouldn't do anything that I did in this video now. I'm much more cautious about my safety. I don't go meeting random guys anymore. So I'm not telling you guys to do anything that I'm saying in this story. I do not condone it at all. If you want to use Tinder, have fun with it, but be safe. Hello? Okay, bye. So I just got a call from someone and I have to hurry up and get dressed because I have plans today, but I will finish this video later tonight. You'll probably see me, but I will be looking different. I'll be right back. This story takes place in August of 2017, so this was a little over a year ago, and I was brand new to living in LA. I got my apartment in Hollywood, and what do you do when you move to a new place? You download Tinder. And I was swiping on Tinder, just looking around, being really reckless, and I stumbled across this guy, and he had his Instagram attached, and I saw that he was like kind of attractive. Honestly, I don't know if he was attractive or if he just had a lot of tattoos, but he was decent and his pictures were cool. And I looked at his Instagram and he had a lot of followers. A lot of followers. I googled him. I found out that he actually used to be friends with someone that I am a huge fan of. So I was like, alright, maybe they had a falling out, but he seems cool, he's attractive, let's hang out, whatever. I mean, someone that has so many followers isn't gonna murder me, right? No, don't think like me, because anyone can murder you. I was just like, my logic was flawed. I matched with him, we messaged, and we actually got to talking, and he told me that he actually had a private Snapchat. And that was a little confusing to me because on his Instagram it didn't seem like he had one at the time. Not saying anything wrong with that, but it just seemed like that wasn't really his brand. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool, like we both have private Snapchats, that's lit, maybe we can hang out. I decided I'll hang out with you. I worked at a club off of Hollywood Boulevard. He happened to live off of Hollywood Boulevard, like right behind my work almost. And so I was just like, okay, this is fate. At the time I was living off of Melrose, so it was like a 4-minute drive to his place, and we decided to hang out. So at like 10 p.m. I went to his house. I couldn't find parking. I had to call him. He came outside. He had his dog with him, and him and his dog got in my car and we found parking, and then we walked back to his apartment. And my first reaction of him was kind of like he was feeling himself. Like he felt cool. I don't know what other way to put it. I just like felt his ego radiating off of him, and I was just not used to people like that. We parked my car, we walked up to his apartment. He showed me his car, and he like bragged about past cars that he had. Like he was like, oh yeah, I just got this one, but I'm really missing my blah blah blah. Like I don't know what car it was, I don't really pay attention, but it was some fancy car. And I was just thinking, like, if you got all this money, like, why don't you have your car? Like, why did you downgrade? Whatever, people go through hard times, that's fine. I was just like already put off by his bragging. So we get into his apartment, and he lived in a nice building. I mean, if you live off of Hollywood Boulevard, you have some type of money, like you're doing well. I know it sounds like I'm talking about money a lot, but I wasn't worried about his money. It was just like strange that he presented himself so like social media influencer and like I got this and I got that and I live this life, and it wasn't really like that. We got in his apartment, it was cute, it was a little studio apartment. We started talking, we actually sat on his couch and I like pet his dog, and we like talked casually about a couple things like Snapchat, and I tried to tell him that selling a Snapchat on PayPal wasn't a good idea. We talked about possible like content we can do. and whatever, and then he said that he needed to take a shower, and so I was like, okay. like I didn't know him. Like, we were just in the middle of hanging out, and he was like, I need to take a shower. And so he went to take a shower, but as he was taking a shower, he was like, hey, can you record this for me for Instagram? And so he had me record a video for him, just like a 10-second video. It was like some like Instagram comedy shit. Like, it wasn't funny. Like, I don't even remember it. I just remember it being so stupid. Something with the shower curtain, like pretending like he was gonna open it. I don't know. But it was weird. Did he just like come up with that idea? Like, oh my god, this would be so funny. Like, my fans would love this, and just like go take a shower for the purpose of a Snapchat because he wanted me to record it? I don't know, but he took a shower and I recorded a Snapchat of him. I did not see him naked, by the way. I just like sat, I took selfies in his mirror because he had like some cool lights set up, and when he got out of the shower, I was sitting in his bed because, like I said, it was a studio apartment, so there wasn't really like much area to sit. And I was petting his dog, and he laid down, and we did cuddle kind of for a minute. We like watched a movie and cuddled, and it was just strange. Why was I cuddling with a stranger? I don't know. I can't tell you. I wasn't planning on fucking him. If you want to fuck someone the first night you meet them, that's fine, but I just didn't want to. And so as we were laying there, he started trying to touch me, and I was like, you know, no. No, I can't say that because it'll give away who he is, but, okay, so I don't want to sound mean, but I feel like he kind of like peaked in the past, and he was still kind of like trying to ride that wave, and I could just tell by the way he talked. So as we're laying down, he's like, are you hungry? Like, look in my kitchen, get whatever you want. And literally his whole kitchen was junk food. Like Twinkies, hot Cheetos, cupcakes, ice cream, like, you know those tweets on Twitter where it has a pantry and it's just junk food that you would have loved when you were a kid, and people are like, oh my god, like this made my kidney hurt. Like, that's how I felt. I don't even know if he had water in his house. He just had like juice and Capri Suns, and his pantry was stocked up like a child's pantry, and I was just like, no, I'm good. Like, thank you for offering. Like, I'm good. And he just like probably ate like a couple cupcakes. I don't know what he ate. But then we laid back down. Basically, he was like, hey, I don't want to have sex, but do you mind if I like jack off on your tits? Okay, first of all, what a random act. Like, maybe that's his kink, but even like when I'm in relationships with people, out of everything that they could do, I've never had them like want to just jack off on my tits. Like, that's never been a thing. Like, and so I was like, what? Like, what? Like, we just met an hour and a half ago and you want to jerk off on my tits. Okay. And so I asked him again. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, I don't want to have sex. Like, I don't want to have sex with you. Which, that literally, like, I don't really ever feel like an object. I don't really care. Like, it's whatever. But, like, the fact that he straight up was like, I don't want to have sex. Like, but can I jack off on your tits? Like, oh my god, I forgot about this part. He literally said, if you don't want to look at me, you can just cover your face with a pillow and, like, you know, just lay there. Boy, if you want that, go buy yourself a f***ing sex doll. You're making all that Snapchat money or whatever the f*** you're doing, like brand deals and shit. I know your ass can afford a sex doll. You don't need me laying there naked. Like, what the f***? And he said his reasoning that he didn't want to have sex was that he was scared of STDs. So it's like, okay, like, why do you want to do anything sexual with me if you think I have STDs? And so then I was like, no, I'm good. The vibe got kind of off, and I told him like, hey, it's getting late, I'm gonna leave. And I could tell he just didn't want me there anymore after I said no, so I was like, that's my cue to go. My car was parked kind of far. Like, if you've ever been around Hollywood Boulevard, like by the Walk of Fame, you know it's hard as fuck to get parking. And so I didn't just like park on his block. Like, I parked in a parking structure like 2 blocks over. Now at the time I was a little more fearless and I didn't care about walking around Hollywood. Like, I worked in Hollywood, I lived in Hollywood, I didn't care. But that was sketchy. It was like 2 a.m. He told me that he didn't want to walk me to my car because he was cold, because it was cold outside. He told me that he wanted me to walk 2 blocks off of Hollywood Boulevard at 2 a.m. because it was cold. Because he doesn't own any sweatshirts. No, he had sweatshirts. He could have walked me. He just didn't want to. He just wanted to, I don't know, jack off to something. I had to walk by myself. It was so scary. I had my taser with me, so I wasn't like that scared, but the streets were quiet. Like, I'm pretty sure it was a weekday, and Hollywood isn't really that poppin' on weekdays, so it was really quiet. I had to walk into the parking structure by myself. It was so scary. I hated it so much. And I got to my car and I was just like, what the f happened? Now, disclaimer, I don't follow him, so you can't look at my followers and find him. He doesn't follow me. We don't talk to each other. I actually think he hit me up a couple days after that and was like, hey, if you want to film content, come through. And I was just like, huh? Me? The girl that you made walk by herself that could possibly get kidnapped because you were cold? You don't get this pussy. This pussy does not pop for you. I politely declined. So I just didn't talk to him anymore. And then a couple weeks later, at the time I was a fan of this like podcast that does vlogs, and I was watching one of the vlogs. Like, this dude had never been in the vlogs before, and I definitely wasn't expecting him to be. I see him walking up to the cameraman and he's holding hands with this girl, and I was just like, okay, I'm so glad that you found someone to jack off on. Like, yay for Tinder. That was my first experience with an LA boy. Like, that was like my first, like, I moved to LA, first experience. It was strange, to say the least. I definitely have more Tinder experiences. If you guys are interested in those, I love oversharing my life on the internet. Thank you guys for watching. Dude, if you're watching this, I doubt you are, but if you happen to be, hi, don't text me. I got a new number. I hope everyone is having a great day, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you want to see more, and I will see you guys next time. Be safe out there.